Hi there my hairy friends, this is Tudor Tanase, the hair loss dude. I'm the founder, Follicle booster and creator of Follixil, and in today's video I'm going to show you how my friend Dani took his hair from this to this in 12 straight weeks following my Follicle journey. Stay tuned until the end so you find what products he used, how he used them, and the exclusive interview with him. First, let's start with Dani's progress that he noticed in the 12-week period by following this program. As you can see in week 0 when he sent us the first photo, the scalp area, the crown and the frontal part, the hair was simply not there, very bad shape and lack of color. The light brown of the hair noticed. It clearly shows the life cycle of the hair is reduced. At the same time, you can see here with red, this kind of irritation on the left side of his scalp. He told us that he had that problem for a very long period of time. After that, in week 4, when he sent us the photo in the left part of his scalp, you can clearly see that the redness and irritation reduced because of the program that we advise him to follow and all the procedures in which I'm going to discuss later in the video. At the same time, you can clearly see that the scalp is looking better, more healthy. The hair shafts start to become darker and darker, which means that the scalp is transitioning from the catagen stage to the anagen stage. Straightforward to week 8, in here you can see that Dani doesn't have any kind of redness or red area on his scalp. At the same time, he cut his hair really short, but you can clearly notice that the hair shafts start to become darker and more denser around the crown area and in the frontal part. Now in week 12 is where we are going to see the big results. Because Dani is my friend, I kindly asked him to do the same haircut in week 12 as he did in week 0 in order for you to clearly see the before and after images. You can see that he doesn't have any redness, itchiness, the hair is clearly more dense, is clearly darker, and the overall scalp looks much better and healthier. Now let's discuss about what products did Dani use in order for him to achieve this kind of results in 12 weeks. I didn't advise him to take finasteride or dutasteride, and it's not because I'm against these two medications, it's because these two have the highest risk profile from all the hair loss ingredients, and in my personal opinion is that you must do everything possible in order to achieve the best hair growth results until you touch these two medications. At the same time, it's the first time that he used any kind of hair loss ingredient, and because he didn't have any history using them, I advise him not to start with these two medications. The first product that he started to use is Minoxidil 5% lotion, and more specifically our Follixil recipe. He used that every single morning at night for 12 weeks straight. After that, he used a DERMA roller with 2mm needle length every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and he used it at night by cleaning the roller before and after each use. And very important, he didn't use Follixil or Minoxidil immediately after he used the DERMA roller, and he let the scalp rest for 5 to 6 hours in order to rejuvenate before he applied the next round of Minoxidil. And lastly, I advise him to do an active scalp massage every single time after he applied Follixil over his scalp between 3 and 5 minutes. This will help him improve blood circulation, improve the overall absorption of the lotion and the metabolization of the medication. Now, enough of me talking about Dani's results and what products he used. Let's jump into interview so you can find out directly from him the experience he had by following my Follicle journey. Welcome everybody to the first My Follicle Journey interview. My good friend Dani has joined me from Bangkok. We know each other for almost 3 years. We've met in Bali and we're both into e-commerce. He just finished the 12-week hair regrowth program with My Follicle Journey. And welcome Dani to the first interview, my friend. Thank you so much for doing it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tudor. Thanks, a pleasure.
Yeah, so without further ado, let's jump into the questions. I'm going to ask you a few questions about the program and the overall more information about you. So what age are you at the moment?
I'm 33 years old.
Great. And at what age did you start to notice the first sign of hair loss?
I think first notice probably around 25, 26. And when these parts became bigger, and then at 29, close to 30, I decided to make my hair short because with hair and having big those parts didn't really look good.
What was your first reaction when you realized that you're starting to lose hair? You start to look for programs or for products, or you didn't? What were your first reactions?
First reaction was I kind of knew it's gonna happen because my dad also is bald So my first reaction was just, acceptance that it's finally happening to me. I did a little bit of research because a few friends of mine did it, like in the hair transplantation thing, that's, flying to Istanbul and doing this hair transplantation. But I don't know, I didn't really like it. I didn't really like the thought of doing like this operation, because for me it's not really clear, like if they take the hair from here and put it here, how it's gonna look like in 10 years. Will I have hair here but then not here? I don't know. It was too
Okay, understand.
too nebulous for me.
Yeah, so from what you've mentioned before, the pattern of your hair loss is you started with the crown, right? You started with the frontal part, with the M part going forward, and after that you've started to notice the crown as well after 29, 30.
Exactly.
Okay, great. Yeah. Have you been to a doctor or dermatologist to check your hair loss? You've mentioned into the WhatsApp group that you had these red spots around your scalp, and you mentioned that you discussed with the dermatologist about that, and he advised you with shampoos and something.
Can you hear me? So I had this red spots, dry skin. Yes.
Okay, now it's good. Yes, yeah. I've seen in the photos that you had the red spots, the irritation red spot. Okay.
Exactly. I had spots, dry skin. Also, I would just randomly scratch those red spots, and also that's how they become bigger. Or yeah, because they were itchy, I started scratching. So I went to see a doctor. She didn't really explain me what it is. She just gave me some shampoo, some pink chemically smelling shampoo that I should apply like once a week or something like that. I did that, but it didn't really help me. So yeah, I was just rolling with it.
So I'm assuming she gave you, do you know she gave you the ketoconazole shampoo, the one with the 2%?
Yes.
The ketoconazole.
Yes.
Okay, and
yes,
for
exactly.
how long did you use that? For how so once a month, once a week? For how long did you let it into your scalp? So you apply the shampoo, for how long did you let the shampoo active into the scalp until you rinse it off with water?
Maybe like 30 seconds.
Okay. So that's one mistake, because when you do the ketoconazole shampoo, you must let it on your scalp for 15 to 20 minutes before you rinse it out with water. So the ketoconazole can kill the bacteria that, or the fungi or the yeast. That's first. And second, you should use it for at least 5 or 6 months, and advises for twice a week. So okay, but the ketoconazole shampoo is good. But at the same time, did she did the test over your scalp? Did she take a sample from the red spot in order to see if it's yeast or okay? So she just saw that and she just advised you to take that without taking. Okay.
Exactly.
For the hair loss, specific hair loss products, have you used any hair products?
I just actually I want to say I was at 2 doctors.
Okay.
And who made exactly the same, but none of those doctors took a sample or something like that.
Okay, so that's a mistake from the doctor, because before they prescribe you any kind of ketoconazole shampoo, they must be 100% sure that's yeast or fungi. Because if it's not yeast or fungi, they're prescribing that for no specific reason. So in here, we cannot find who mistakes was, because you didn't use it properly. And I'm assuming they didn't tell you how to use it.
No, they didn't tell me. They just said, use this as shampoo and that's it.
Okay, so that's 100% their fault. Okay, for hair loss, have you used any products?
I think I used, but it's a long time ago. I think it was with 27 or 26. Regain. Okay.
Rogaine or Regain. There are 2 brands there.
Ooh, I don't know. It was a blue
okay, so
blue packaging.
Okay. So basically, I think you use your foam or the lotion?
It was a foam.
Okay, and how did you use it? Like how many times a day, a week? What was the overall process then?
I think it was daily, like daily would do like this, but not really massaging, like just more like.
Okay, just setting it up. Okay, perfect. Before we start with the questions about the products and the program, do you have any kind of medical conditions that could negatively impact your hair growth like before, or is it just the genetic part, which your father was bald and you expected that?
I think it's genetic part. I'm not aware of anything else.
Perfect. Great. Now let's discuss about the program and the products. First, what convinced you to start my Follicle journey? Because we saw a lot of our customers they're not jump right into. They need a lot of before and afters and a lot of proof. And you are our first actual person that started the journey. What convinced you to start?
So pretty much what convinced me, I mean, I was talking to you and you were raving about the product and saying how you make this formula and how convinced you are about this formula. And yeah, and that because I never really, I tried this regain in the past, didn't really work, but I also didn't really do it correctly. There was no one telling me how to do it. And you were basically offering me the full program and telling me how I need to apply it, like, with the massages, scalp massage, derma roller. And that sounded all for me like, okay, it actually makes sense, you know, the blood circulation plus some liquid to put on it, and that's why I decided to go through with it, because it just made sense, and I thought, why not?
From a scale from 1 to 10, how optimistic were you at the beginning of the program?
I would say 5. I was more like, okay, I'll try it out. I mean, can't go wrong, right?
In the first weeks of using the product, what were the first benefits that you noticed? So you started to apply the product, like from the first week until like week 4 or 5, what were the first benefits you've noticed?
So in the first week, it just felt nice to put it on the skin, and also with the massage, it just felt nice and warm around the scalp. And I would say after 1 week or after 1.5 weeks, I could actually feel like that my hair somehow feels stronger. Yeah, like the small hair, like a beard. Yeah, it felt more resistant, more strong.
You've told me that you shaved your head then, and your shaver felt more. It was harder for it to take the hair off.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I actually had to change the shaver now, because the shaver I was using until then couldn't do it anymore. Or it took too long. Like
Perfect. So for the course that we've sent, so the reason why when a customer orders our product, we send them the course and we kindly ask him to watch the course before he receives the product. After we add him into the one-on-one WhatsApp group, so we inform him as much as possible. So we automatically reply to 95% of the questions that he might have through that course, right? So he doesn't ask us all the questions in the WhatsApp group, so he informed himself as well. What are your thoughts about the course, the length of it, and the information that you received from it?
The course was interesting. The information were also interesting. Yeah, but I think the most important part was we gave me to the WhatsApp group, and that's like exactly what I need to do. Yeah, like how to apply it, massage, how often, derma roller. Because yeah, it was interesting the information about how it works and what different types there are. But in the end, you know, I want to grow my hair and don't really care how.
So this is the follow-up question is like, what's your opinion about the WhatsApp group? So we want to do a one-on-one, and in there you can ask us any questions, anytime we reply. And that's the method that we found out it's the best for tailored advice, because your scalp is not like mine. You need different things. Maybe you're sensitive at something. So in there we can optimize the overall program in order to best fit your needs, your scalp.
Definitely. So the WhatsApp group, I think the WhatsApp group is amazing because answer all questions, give precise instructions. Also with the derma roller, I was not sure which one I need, so I asked in the group and immediately got an answer. And then another effect in the WhatsApp group is also with those progress pictures. They're actually amazing because I probably wouldn't have done it without the group, but now that we have those progress pictures, I can see the progress, and I was actually looking forward to taking the pictures sometimes, because I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, my hair feels so cool, so strong.
Yeah, for the WhatsApp group, one of the biggest things that we want, like before one-on-one tailored advice and the before and afters and pictures, one very important thing for the WhatsApp group is that, you know, it takes you a few weeks to do something in order to create a habit. So for this specific reason, if you stay into that group for 12 weeks, and we see this to a lot of our customers, it creates a habit because we keep you accountable. Hey, did you use the product? Did you use the derma roller?
Yeah.
So that keeps you accountable. And after 12 weeks, it's kind of a habit. So that's another benefit of the group. Perfect. So now let's start with the product. Very quick question for Follixil. What are your thoughts about the overall application? Did you have any issues with the dropper?
No issues. Like
dropper works very nice. Also has this how much liquid it's inside, so I knew exactly how much to apply.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So what did you notice when you, because you didn't use any minoxidil, like you used the foam, but you didn't use many other minoxidil into the past. It's very hard for you to compare the two, the products. But the question, did you had any kind of issues with the product, like redness, itchiness, dandruff, like any problem whatsoever?
No, not at all. As I said before, more like in the contrary, my skin, the red skin spots and my skin problems on my head went away pretty much after 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's because of the derma rolling and the massages. As I've mentioned to you, if you do the massages, that's going to increase the blood flow locally, and it's going to help with the skin exfoliation together with the derma roller. And a lot of the skin problems that you might have over your scalp, those are going to be gone away. If they don't go away, most likely you have a fungi or a yeast, and then you have to go to dermatologist in order for him to properly check that specific area and prescribe care. That's all. So we go to the derma rolling. What were your first thoughts when I advise you to order the derma roll and you receive the product and you start using it? Because it's a different, as a man, you never use it. Maybe you never heard about it. So it's with needles. You have to do the needles on your head. It's what were your thoughts there?
When I didn't think much about it, but when I received it then and I saw the thin needles, like this machine, I was first like, oh wow, like this is gonna be like an interesting experience. And I thought at first like it's gonna hurt or something like that. Well, you know, I tried it and actually, yeah, it feels kind of weird in the beginning, but yeah, when you apply it and that's it.
It takes like 1 or 2 weeks to get used to it. Yeah, did you have any issues with it or something, irritations or nothing? Okay. For the scalp massages, okay. So now let's go to the scalp massages. How long do you think that 3 to 5 minutes is inconvenient? What do you think about the overall process of the scalp? This is a thing that why I advise to do the scalp massages is because you never train, you never relax your scalp, and because of the facial movements during the day, your scalp is going to have tension on it, and when the scalp has tension on it, the capillaries are going to get constricted, and because of that, if you do the scalp massage, you have so many benefits, which I believe one of them is reducing the red spots over your scalp.
Yeah, so with massages in the beginning, I noticed like how hard or how 3 to 5 minutes massage is also, you know, you need muscles for it or you build muscles doing it. But then yeah, it feels really nice. And the funny thing is also when I told my girlfriend that I'm doing the scalp massages now, she was saying to me, yeah, I'm doing them all the time, you know. So apparently part of girls routine is to do the scalp massages. Yeah. Now that I did them now for 12 weeks, yeah, it's nice. And now every time I brush teeth, I massage my scalp because it totally makes sense, you know, like with the blood and all the stuff.
So one thing that I do and advise, because a lot of customers say, hey, I don't have time to waste 3 to 5 minutes. And I understand that. I ask them to order this kind of silicone sponge massage. And one day while they brush their teeth, they bum at the same time. And you do 2 things at the same time, and you need to brush your teeth, right? So it's 3 to 5 minutes and you bundle them together. Perfect. So now the last 3 questions are, if someone is not convinced to start a program, what would you say to someone who, like a man who is watching this video and he said, oh, should I start a program?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend to start it. I mean, like there's nothing that can go wrong. And the theory totally makes sense with the massages, with the Minoxidil. So yeah, definitely give it a try. It's not hurting it.
Perfect.
Can only go good, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So what are the benefits that you've noticed by the end of the program? So let's say from week 8 to week 12, what are the benefits and what are the differences over your scalp and hair shafts you've noticed?
Yeah. So I mean, for me, by far the biggest benefit is that I don't have skin problems anymore in my scalp. And that's a big one. And then with the hair, yeah, I had to change my shaver, and yeah, like I have also like hair regrowing here now, which I didn't have for a long time. What I noticed, and overall stronger hair and more hair.
Yeah, that's great. Perfect. So the last one is that because we suffer from androgenic alopecia, we cannot stop our bodies to convert dihydrotestosterone from free testosterone. We most likely have to follow this type of treatments for the rest of our lives. At the same time, because you've noticed hair loss when you were 25 and you didn't take action back then, we had a discussion, especially in the back part, you've seen it cover up really nice, right? In the frontal part, cover the M part that went up, the follicles there, if they remain for a very long period of time without blood nourishment, they're going to get calcified and you cannot revitalize those. So in order for you, for the frontal part, we had a discussion, most likely you will have to do a hair transplant, but that's just 100% your choice, and you should continue the overall using the products and everything. It's only going to get better. So 3 weeks, 3 months, 12 weeks is just the starting period, and after that you have to continue, because the biggest results you're going to notice with Minoxidil is between 6 and 12 months together with the derma rolling. So the first 3 months is just for you to get accustomed to the program, accustomed to the treatment, and create it as a habit. Yeah, when it comes to hair transplant, that's going to be 100% your choice. We don't have any clinic or anything like that. We just have these programs and products for you to do. Perfect. So Dani, thank you so much for doing the first Follicle Journey interview. I truly appreciate it. Amazing. For everyone watching at home, if you enjoyed this episode, please kindly like the video, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell and comment any questions you might have. We're here to help. If you have anything to say, Dani, in ending, please do.
Yeah, thank you, Tudor, for bringing me on this journey, because as I said, like, skin problems go on more here. It's amazing. Like, I'm really thankful for that. Thanks, and keep on rocking it.
Thanks so much, my friend. See you back in Bangkok in not too distant future. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye, guys.
Perfect.